Welcome back to the MailIn Podcast. I'm your host, Brett Merriman. In front of me, crime dog himself, D. Carter Ruff. David Ruff, what's going on?
You get right to it, man.
I cold open it.
You don't fart around.
No, there's no farting.
You fart around on circling back.
Mostly because I haven't uploaded the intro music to the board yet, so I just throw it in and post, and that's why I go right to it.
Okay. Is there not enough real estate on the board? I think there's some buttons left over.
I don't know if you've heard of one of Wash Media's newest properties, Randy's Party Pod.
Yeah.
He takes up 2 banks of sound effects. So
we might need to talk about that.
Yeah, there's a lot. There's a ton of sound effects. There's like boing.
Yeah, I did the pod twice, and boy, it was heavy on the sound effects.
Yeah, it's like fucking dealing with a bop it every day. So.
Thank you for having me, though.
Yeah, absolutely. You're one of the. Are you a founding member of the MailIn podcast, or are you
no
early on?
I don't think I was on the original. Was I? No, I think I don't think I. No, I don't think I started hopping on and producing until it got over here and all that.
How do you think it's going so far, from an outsider's perspective?
Good. I mean, I see a lot of chatter on it on the Discord, which is always a good indicator.
Yeah, I love the Discord community.
You should, man. They take you to task when they don't agree with your take, but that's good.
Yeah,
it's positive. I'd rather them be saying something like that than saying nothing at all.
You can't spell discussion without Discord.
That's a great point. I don't know if that's accurate, but it sounds good.
It's like an hour away, I think, from being close. I just came up with that.
Okay. Randy's computer back here is about to take Bezos to space. I don't know if you can hear it.
It's literally about to blast off, Randy.
I hope everything's okay right behind me. I'm sitting right here.
We don't have our man A-Town. Adam is usually the producer, or not producer.
What's Cool Adam doing?
I don't know.
Probably doesn't come in anymore?
I think Tuesday's like his programmed off day.
Okay, it'd be a lot cooler if he was here.
Be a lot cooler.
Somewhat cool, Adam.
Let me also begin this podcast on a little bit of a heavier note, because the Discord community reminded me of it. They gave me a bouquet of flowers from my mom's passing. They also sent me a care package, which was so beyond generous that I almost don't have the words to describe it. It was something that made me smile and cry happy tears in a time of, in a tough last couple of weeks.
They're the best.
And so thank you just genuinely from the bottom of my heart to the backers. If they're listening to this program, I was blown away and will continue to be blown away by the generosity of that community, because no community out there is better than
every
ours,
week. Someone in the backer community does something that blows me away.
Yeah,
that was last week. This week, a young lady did a calendar. Did you look at the new calendar?
I've seen the new calendar. Yes,
so much attention to detail, and that blew me away. We had a backer who's in Ranger School sent us a handwritten note. That blew me away. Just stuff blows me away. The bouquet that they sent was the most large delivery bouquet I've ever been a part of.
Correct.
Like, it was extensive. It's still out there, and it smells great. And now I'm on team fresh flowers, plants for the office, because it's a great vibe setter. I like smelling it. I feel like it's doing something to the air. I don't know if that's photosynthesis and shit, chlorophyll and whatnot.
Photosynthesizing carbon.
And also the UV lights.
CO2, excuse me, and then splitting it into carbon.
Huge for us.
For the leaves. And
great oxygen, for our footprint.
And oxygen for the air.
We need the air, so thank you for the air, backers.
Thank you for the air, backers. If you don't know if you're just a mail-in listener and you're like, what is going on right now? Check out the Discord. Check out the Wash Media Circling Back Reddit. You'll probably find more of what's going on here. But
the Discord's basically Slack
with your friends instead of
without
your
your business. Yeah, coworkers.
Yeah. Anyway, if you're a first-timer to the MailIn Podcast, you may be wondering, 1, what's going on, and 2, what is the MailIn Podcast? Simply put, we do our best to answer your questions. You may run into situations in your 20s or your 30s that you need help with, and we're here to do just that. Get a laugh in and maybe walk away with something useful. Right, Dave?
I think so. I think that's what the beauty of the MailIn is. You might learn something. You probably will. You
Mhm.
might leave us some sage advice, but you're going to laugh if nothing else.
I like that. How can you help us out? Tell a friend about the podcast. I think it's the easiest way to get into Washed Media. You don't need to know much about us or who we are. We just need to know that questions will be answered or attempted to be answered. Send them a clip or a segment that made sense in their situation. Give us a subscribe on iTunes or a follow on Spotify. Hit the hotline number, 888-362-MAIL. That's 888-362-6245. Or you can write in at the link in the Twitter or Instagram bio at MailIn Podcast. Dave, you've done your screen name on this program before, so how about we get right into it? Oh, before we get going, actually, one more thing. I'm looking at a cold brew red eye. Is that correct?
Yeah. Or what was a cold brew red eye with a splash of oat milk?
Cold brew red eye with a splash of oat milk.
Yeah. It's a new thing I'm doing. Actually, I've been doing this for a while. But to the guy who made it, Chandler W., he was very concerned. He thought I was misordering. He's like, you say you want that with cold brew?
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, dude. I'm here like every week. I get the same thing. But yeah.
But maybe it's a weird order. I don't know. I'm not going to take you to task for it.
There's probably something with the espresso and that it fits better with a hot profile drink.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm different, so.
You are built different. Everybody knows that. All right, Dave, how about we get into some questions?
I would love to.
Let's do it. Hey, Brett and esteemed guest. That's Dave.
Yeah, me.
It's Dave. In a couple weeks, I'm taking a vacation to a surf town at a really nice resort/lodge. It's quite bougie, but it's my reward for working really hard through the pandemic and getting an awesome job with the government 2 months ago.
Is there such thing?
No. There it is. No big,
Seriously,
no big
though.
deal. At the same time as my vacation, a cute girl that I am talking to will be in the same area. I've known her for years, or for a few years, and she slid into my DMs a couple weeks ago. I've got the room to myself for a few days. You see where this is going, Davey?
He wants to see how much cranking he can do.
Do you think I should see if she wants to spend a couple nights, or should I take this time to just hit the surf and drink some good beers and enjoy this time to myself?
I've got a question that it's not going to really help this guy out.
Yeah.
Surf town, resort/lodge. Is there a lodge in surf towns? Is that I associate lodge with, of course, the mountains.
Right. And I'm also like, this is semantics, but is he just doing a solo vacation?
That's what it sounds like.
I think he is. So he's just going solo dolo to a
This
surf
sounds like what
lodge.
Dylan did, although Dylan did have Bay at the end.
He did.
But he planned it as a solo vacation.
Correct. And then he did invite Bay.
Right.
So
I
think the easy answer here, Dave, is to invite her to plan a dinner. Plan a dinner. I don't think you're invited. Like, don't be like you're. Hey, come
Bring your
crash
toothbrush.
with me for 3 days. I
Sure.
think that's a little aggressive. But say, hey, let's do a dinner.
It's interesting because it says, okay, she will be in the same area.
Yeah.
Is she also on vacation, or is she just live in that area? I've got a lot of questions, but I don't think there's anything wrong with having one night. Maybe not the first night. Definitely not the first night. First night needs to be solo. Go on there, solo dinner. Go belly up to a bar, do a filet and an iceberg salad, or maybe a wedge. Is more my move.
Yeah.
And just do it, see what happens. And you'll probably, if you're anything like every dude who's I've ever known, you'll probably fire off a text or a DM. Probably a text by now if you've known her for a few years.
Yeah.
And just see what happens. And then maybe you'll set something up for the day after or the following day. And just see where it goes. But don't kick off the trip by hitting her up immediately.
Yeah. Nor keep the expectations low, so anything that does happen exceeds them. It's the key to happiness, according to Confucius.
Absolutely. He did say that.
Right.
Also, like, I feel like a lot of guys, and this might be like my generation, but there's a stigma around going out by yourself, going to the bar by yourself, going and grabbing a meal by yourself. And it's the first time you do it, I feel like it's kind of liberating. I know that sounds really weird, but I remember the first time in my 20s, and I was like, I'm just going to go to the bar, and I'm going to just post up, have a couple beers, just kind of watch whatever game's on and go home. But, Brett, you do it often.
Yeah, I do.
You're crushing it.
Not that I do have friends, Dave.
No, you do.
I do enjoy a beer, a meal, and a
We did it at the same location last Friday.
Yes.
I inspired you.
Critically acclaimed Lupe Tortilla.
I'm not taking credit for your Lupe bar trip, but I pretty much kicked it off.
They should take commission from off of my meal and give to you because you did inspire that.
I sent that photo to the group text,
Yep.
and you were like, "That looks like a scene," and guess
It
what it
does.
is. But go do a night on vacation. I've never done a solo vacation, but you know, at least do one night to yourself, like we said, and then see what happens. And who knows, you might meet somebody that first night you want to maybe follow up with.
The fun thing about a solo move, whether it's at a bar or especially on vacation, I'm thinking like hotel bar or airport bar, you always end up meeting people and hearing stories and maybe you meet somebody that's cute. You know, you never know.
It's a surf town. Surf towns are notoriously hot.
It's notorious. I'm thinking like San Diego here.
That's what I was
Is that
thinking.
a surf town? But
I don't know. Yeah,
I mean,
right?
it is.
You can surf.
Sun surf and
It's surfy
sex,
enough.
pretty much.
It's surf adjacent, if nothing else.
Surf adjacent is the perfect way to put it.
If it's San Diego, dude, you need to do at least a night by yourself.
Yeah.
Just go eat some fish. Go post up, eat some fish tacos, drink a ton of cold beer.
California, what's it called? California burrito. Have you had one of those?
Is that with the fries in it?
Yeah, with the fries in it.
Yeah, I'm not crazy about it.
It's aggressive.
It is. It seems unnecessary, but you know, when in San Diego, I'm not gonna bitch. I'm not gonna complain about it.
It feels like a dumbbell in your hand when you're holding
It absolutely does.
Yeah.
It's like holding a newborn baby.
I took down maybe half of it, and I had to tap out.
The potato is sneaky filling.
It is. It is.
But yeah, you're in a good position, man. Just don't overthink it. Enjoy it. Don't set expectations too high, like Brett said, and you're gonna have a good time in your surf resort lodge town, as you say.
Yeah, it could be. I'm thinking like an A-frame cabana lodge overlooking Big Sur at this point. How
I know
about
we
that?
do the lodge here, but I kind of wish we had more cabana vibes.
Yeah.
Just because maybe it's just because I'm getting back from Cabo, but like just summertime, I don't know.
I wanted literally every day. I want to be drinking perhaps a beer at a tiki bar,
Love that.
or a ski shores perhaps on Lake Austin, which is just kind of like beach.
You know, I've never done it.
Oh, we got to do it. It's great.
Should we go pregame the meetup?
It's a hike. I mean, it's half hour.
Just somewhere though.
Yeah, we
Just
can go
do
there.
tiki drinks. Just get all tikied up before the meetup.
Yeah, because I will be in. Well, yes, I'll put it that way.
Okay.
I have a timing issue there that I have to,
Yeah, you do.
I have to be cognizant about. But anyway.
Good
I
question.
I'll just real quick run through this guy's weekend. Say he gets in Thursday night and he leaves Sunday. Thursday night to yourself, enjoy a tiki bar, enjoy some sushi, enjoy a California roll or a California burrito. Either one works. Friday is when you send the text
Oh.
or you respond to the story or you get something involved. And,
That, you know
and do a
what?
dinner.
I'm glad you said that. That's how this gets kicked off. You post a story, she posts a story,
Boom.
one of you responds. If you post a story from you getting there, I guarantee she responds.
Yep, totally, 100%. Go make it go down in the DMs, maybe not the texts. If it's like relationship adjacent,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna start using stuff like that all the time.
Yeah, do it.
Surf adjacent, relationship adjacent.
I think I stole it from the Trap Draw podcast, the
Okay.
Mailing Up guys, because they're
Ran-
golf
like-
adjacent.
Randy is employed adjacent,
Because he works for Dude Perfect.
and us. He's a
And us.
contractor.
Yeah, it's interesting.
and he does windows on the side.
Dude Perfect.
Nice. You know what else is perfect, Dave?
I don't know, maybe a Vizzy hard seltzer.
Vizzy hard seltzer on a boat. That's what I plan on doing very soon.
Mm.
It's the summer of Vizzy. Everybody knows this because Vizzy is the only hard seltzer out there with superfruit acerola and antioxidant vitamin C.
True story. It's
Yeah,
the
that-
only hard seltzer in my fridge.
Yeah, it brings something unique and delicious to the table. You're walking through any supermarket, gas station, wherever it may be. You have a lot of choices in this department, Dave.
Some would say too many.
Some would say too many.
There's a lot of imposters out there.
And then you see that little orange box.
Woo! Just
looking
rocked
at you.
up, man.
Just-
I'm just rocked up when I see that
Just
box.
kind of peeking at you.
There it is.
You know?
Oh,
And
and
then,
in my HEB around the corner,
Yep.
they got all the flavors. They got the new ones. They got the lemonades.
Have
Love
you
it.
seen the new?
I've seen it. I've seen the text about it, but I have not seen it in the wild.
Breaking news, watermelon.
What I'm saying is send me some.
Yeah, we got to talk to the Vizzy folks.
I don't want to be that guy, but like I really want to try it.
I kind of have a bone to pick with Vizzy, honestly.
Okay.
I would think that they would send us a care package of the new stuff. Maybe they will. Maybe this will wake them up, because we want to be drinking the new Vizzies in locations that look dope, right?
Like Eisenhower's on Saturday.
Exactly. Perhaps a pool.
Can I say this real quick?
Yeah.
Pull back the curtain. Vizzy, I get a UPS email notification that I have a package being delivered.
Ooh.
So anytime I get that email, I know it's Vizzy.
Yeah, because don't you need to be there?
Weirdly, no.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe they just don't care. UPS, that is.
They might not. Anyway, I'm doing Vizzies all over the place. On the course, on a boat, on my deck, on my patio. My new apartment.
I was going to say your new place is about to be Grand Central Station for Viz. You're going to be doing business there.
I'm going to be doing business corner unit. So my patio, I have two directions it faces.
I can't wait to see this place.
Pretty tight. Can't wait to be doing Vizzies on there. I'm a fan of the pineapple mango myself. I'm intrigued by the watermelon, though. Intrigued by the watermelon flavor.
Watermelon's my favorite, man.
Watermelon sugar?
Like watermelon strawberry, the blackberry lemon, but big lemonade guy.
Yeah.
Huge fan of the peach. The peach is sneaky great.
Oh, peach lemonade is phenomenal.
Great summer bev.
With Vizzy, you can enjoy refreshment now with antioxidant vitamin C. Come have a Vizzy with us on Saturday at Eisenhower's. And at 5% alcohol by volume, 100 calories, and less than 1 gram of real cane sugar per can, every sip of Vizzy is more exhilarating than the last. Upgrade your hard seltzer to Vizzy. To find out where you can purchase Vizzy, go to VizzyHardSeltzer.com/washed. That's VizzyHardSeltzer.com/washed. You must be 21 plus to order or buy or consume. How about a voicemail, Dave?
Let's go.
Hey, folks. John from Illinois. My wife and I are going on a road trip for my dad's 60th birthday. Shout out to my dad. Also, shout out Harbor Springs, Michigan, which is where we're going. We are trying to make a playlist. It's a 6-hour drive from where we're at, but we don't like the same type of music. What music do you put on a road trip playlist if neither party listens to the same music? I'll hang up and listen.
My man. Shouts to Harbor Springs.
Ooh, yeah.
Shouts to your dad.
Can't wait to hit Harbor Springs one day.
One day. And Saratoga Springs.
Both springs.
Dave, what are you putting on the road trip playlist?
Pretty simple. You guys can't decide? Are you familiar with podcasts?
Whoa!
Check us out at Circling Back.
Yeah.
At Too Much Dip at the MailIn.
Yep.
So I'll give this guy a serious answer in a minute, but we used to do Rogans. Mm-hmm. I would find a Rogan guest like Dr. Rhonda Patrick, she's really smart, gets on there like, hey, there's studies showing, vitamin D and this, and this, and this. And I'm like, okay, we can both listen to it. And like, we did, and it's 3 hours. It's perfect for Austin to Dallas, that drive. Music-wise, man, I almost think you don't make your own if you're a Spotify person.
Interesting.
You go in there and you find something. Spotify has arguably too many playlists, right? Too many recommended ones.
Yeah.
Too many daily mixes. And mine are crazy. Like I've got a metal one. I've got like a pop punk one. I've got a lot of hip hop ones.
So you're saying
wild.
In your recommended tab power ranking, Spotify
Correct.
is number 2.
Yes.
At best.
At best.
Okay. Same for me.
Okay, good. But I don't know, man. I haven't put together a playlist in so long. But my go-to, if like there's people in the car and I don't like, if my dad's in the car or somebody I don't know very well, I'll throw on like classic rock, because I feel like there's going to be something for everybody. Like there's a Tom Petty song that she's going to know that you're going to like, and
You Belong Among the Wildflowers, Dave.
Yeah, great song.
How do you
Rest
not
in
like
peace,
that
Tom
song?
Petty.
He's dead? Yeah, he's dead.
Yeah, he died. Fentanyl.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, I believe so.
Sorry.
Don't apologize to me, but
sorry,
apologize to the music community as a whole.
Yeah, you put on some Tom Petty. Yacht Rock. You can't go wrong.
Tom
with.
Petty greatest hits.
Boom.
A greatest hits album always plays.
Pink Floyd greatest hits.
That might be. I feel like Tom Petty. I like Pink Floyd. Don't get me wrong, but Tom Petty I feel like is more brand safe for everybody. Everybody likes at least one Tom Petty song.
100%.
Yeah.
Does he do American Girl?
Yes.
Yeah, man. I might listen to Tom Petty on the way home today.
Dude, and it's great American Girl. Oh my God, I have this thought of my dad when we would be on road trips. He would crank American Girl.
That's what I do that road trip song. The Fortunate Son, right?
Yeah.
Down here.
CCR.
Down here.
No.
Down here.
Some folks born wearing a flare.
Red, white, and blue.
Yeah, there you go. We can do this on the MailIn too. We sing sometimes on the podcasts.
That's the best road trip song of all
Or
time.
if you want to go classic rock, everybody likes 90s. Like I keep making generalizations, but 90s like club, hip hop, that's fun.
90s club hip hop, like
Okay, I'm showing my age. Not club, but club/hip hop. Just like fun, like thinking like Montel Jordan pops on. Or like you get Return of the Mac popping on.
Okay.
You get like maybe
Okay.
there's a couple NSYNC songs that sneak their way in, and you're not that necessarily into them, but like you're kind of finding some fun in it.
you find a groove. Yeah, I looked at this logistically, right? The 6-hour drive or so. There's time to get both of your top hits in,
Yeah.
right? You can start off the trip early when the energy's high. You go songs that you know you both want to sing, right? Then when you hit a lull and she's like, I'm tired and I want combos from the gas station. I'm like, okay, well, put on your Spice Girls or whatever she may be wanting to jam. Maybe T-Swift.
She wants you to pull through Hardee's.
Mm-hmm. You can pull through I don't even know if Michigan has Hardee's. What's the
we have
drive
Hardee's?
from Illinois to Michigan, northern Michigan look like?
She wants you to pull over to get a Mellow Yellow because it's not available in Texas and you're on a road trip. That was me when I was a kid. I'd never seen Mellow Yellow
Really?
or Squirt. And then Squirt is a beverage. I'm not.
You're
it's
right.
a good beverage
It
too.
is.
No, okay. Last one. If I'm going to yet again say everyone can get down to 90s country.
Oh yeah, little George Strait kind of stuff.
George Strait.
Neon Moon.
Yeah, Brooks and Dunn.
Yeah.
All that.
Okay. 90s country. I have a feeling based on this caller, and this is going to be generalizing. I think he's into country, like red dirt country or something like that, or 90s country, and I think she may fall into more of the top 40 category. Again,
Okay.
I'm generalizing, but I feel like that's where the disconnect is.
Okay.
So maybe just go old Taylor Swift albums. That's kind of
Taylor Swift, dude.
and top 40.
You can mix it up. You could do the new Taylor Swift and then make sure you throw in 1989 because it's obviously her best album ever.
Sure. No arguments there for
And
me.
everybody likes that.
Maybe Fearless,
Everybody likes that album. Everybody loves it.
but not Red. Not Red. I'm just saying that.
Red's got a couple songs.
Yeah.
22's fun.
The All Too Well. You know that? You familiar with that one?
Yeah.
10-minute version's coming out in this fall.
Sheesh.
Yeah. Song's about Jake Gyllenhaal.
Really?
Yeah,
He's a handsome fella.
sure is. Couple upstate New York lines in there that make me feel like she's referencing Saratoga.
Did they date?
Yeah.
Are they dating now?
No. She's
Okay.
dating a guy named Joe. I don't know his last name. He looks kind of like
Grocery Store Joe from The Bachelor.
No, super English guy. Like his skin is very, very white.
Very pale?
Yeah, very
Oh,
pale.
God.
Yeah.
I have nothing against people with pale skin. It's just
I'm one of them.
overly English.
He
I
is.
just think of like Justin Rose.
Yeah, he's like
And
that.
you just look at him and you're like, God, you're so fucking English.
He's so English.
Yeah, what's going on?
Fucking English.
I'm more of like a
Fucking
Tommy
mental,
Fleetwood.
bruv.
I'm a Tommy Fleetwood English guy, not a Justin Rose English guy. If that makes any sense.
If Tommy Fleetwood was from anywhere in the U.S., where would it be?
Oh man, I want to say Pacific Northwest.
I do too. Like
Maybe-
Oregon.
yeah.
Portland. Yeah.
I think
gives me
that's right.
Seattle, yeah, Seattle, Portland vibes.
Yeah. But
Seattle,
like,
the Seattle, Portland area.
yeah, that area.
Yeah.
Very close together.
Right. I think we nailed that, Dave.
I think we did too.
Tell us what you end up on the playlist with. I'd like to.
I'd love to know. I always love a good follow up, even
Sure.
I may never hear it.
Sure.
Brett hides
Except
these
for a
things from me.
proctologist. No follow up needed for that.
Oh,
Ideally.
that hits close to home.
Let's do the next one. Hey, Brett and guest. I just started a temporary student teaching position. A temporary student position at a sweet new job. In a few weeks, my branch is going on a work trip to the coast for some team bonding. This will be the first time I'm meeting anyone from my team in person, as we've all been working remotely all over the province. Oh, Canadian maybe.
Oh yeah.
I'm just wondering, how should I best conduct myself during a work trip when I'm meeting everybody for the first time? Oh boy. I've only had this position for about 6 weeks, and I'm nearly 10 years younger than the next youngest in the branch. For reference, I'm 22. If we're chilling at the beach or we are at the golf course, how many beers am I drinking and how much am I letting loose?
I don't know the gender of this person. We don't know that, right?
I would. I don't think so. I'm going to guess male based on the language used.
So I had to do something like this. My first job out of college, I've told this story. I was a technical recruiter in a company that's based out of Baltimore and their Fort Worth office.
Sure.
6 weeks into your first, you get like a 6-week probationary period. Then they send you to a training thing. And it sounds just like this, but it's with other new hires. So it's not like a ton.
Okay.
But there's like 12 of you from around the country, or maybe even 20, maybe more. And we went to like a place in Denver. And we're there for the whole week. And you go through training. But it's as recruiting companies are, they're very social. You go out, you drink every night, you have dinners, it's fun. There is a strict no hooking up policy. And there is also a strict don't make an ass of yourself policy.
That's pretty standard
So
procedure.
you're 22. If you're like me at 22, you're an idiot. I feel like most people, I mean, for me, I think I was in college still. I think it's my senior year probably. And I probably wasn't mature enough to handle something like this and not get belligerently drunk.
Right.
So I'm going to say definitely pace yourself. That's the obvious answer. You don't want to be – here's the thing. Your company, if they're doing something like this, it's probably a fun company. That being said, if you do something, it may not – like let's say you're the hammered guy. And even if you don't like cuss somebody out or say something stupid, you don't want to be known as the hammered guy across the entire company. Because it's a lot like when you go through Rush. You don't want to be the drunkest Rushy at the party because even if you get a bid, they're never going to let you live down the time like you fell down the stairs or something at the party. So you got to make sure you maintain. You got to keep your clout up. And you've only been with the company for how long? You say 6 weeks? Yeah, that's very young. These people don't know anything about you yet.
No, they don't know what TikTok is.
They're older.
Yeah, they're
my age.
32, 33, 34, 35. They have a little bit of coin. So they're going to be like they're getting. I don't know if Casa Azul's coming out. I don't know. I don't know if we're doing that.
Casa Dragones.
Maybe Casa Dragones.
That's a big one in Cabo, for the record.
Casa Dragones. The House of the Dragon.
Correct.
Right. Yeah. So my advice would be try to keep it to beers only. I think that's a good way to pace yourself. It's also a good way to like not feel great the whole time. Not that.
22 though.
Yeah, that's true.
This dude's still invincible.
It's right. You're invincible, but everybody gets drunk. It's not like you can't get drunk at 22.
Be careful. You being the youngest person by far, there will be people who they're going to want to latch on to you because you're the young, fun person,
and they're tempt you to
drink harder, to party. Yeah, they're going to be like. The people that are like really trying to get out there and let it rip, they're going to gravitate toward you because you're the young one. That's just how it goes. Everybody expects the young person to be like the one ordering shots and I don't know, whatever it is y'all do. Do you guys still do flip cup?
At 22? No, the dude beer dies. Reigns supreme.
Remember we put that in my house? Card table's in my vehicle right now.
Really?
Bring that in, yeah.
Really? Let's play, Dave.
Let's do it.
I bet you Timo and Adam know a thing or two about beer die.
I will guarantee you, I will play beer die with you before the summer's over.
Really?
When do you move into your new place?
The 15th of September.
It's going to have to be before that.
Yeah, let's do it.
In the month of August, I will play beer die.
You have a beer die backyard, correct?
We could do it at my place.
We can do it at Dylan's.
We'll do a housewarming party at my place once we get the blinds installed. That's been fun.
That just sounds like a beating.
Yeah, and they're about to. Yeah, once we get that, we'll be ready to rock.
Another point to this guy: don't dress like an asshole.
Great advice.
Don't be like I'm Tiki Torch guy. No, that's a different connotation.
Yeah, don't be Charlottesville.
Yeah, please don't.
Be the opposite of that.
But don't be, unbuttoned all the way Hawaiian guy.
Let me be that guy.
Yeah,
that'll be me Saturday.
Let somebody older be that with a little more company time. Maybe go golf polos and khaki shorts.
Yeah, and also like we mentioned this maybe a little bit, but don't. I don't know what your relationship status is. Do not try to hook up with coworkers, and don't be don't hook up with don't be the one who's obviously out there hooking up with strangers. Keep it on the down low.
Yeah, you can't be at this trip talking to.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe
You can talk. I mean,
you can
there's a way to
talk,
do
you
it.
can-
Just
yeah.
I'm telling you, you want to fly low.
Right. You want to be under the radar this trip.
Exactly.
You can have
You can
fun
be
and
fun.
make good conversations,
Yeah.
but you don't want to have any headlines here.
That's a great way to put it. You don't want to be the main character.
We are pumping out phenomenal analogies today.
No one's
Don't be the
done
main
this better than us.
Right, Randy?
Randy's asleep back there.
Let's do the next one, Dave. I'm excited for that guy. That sounds fun. The golf course.
Why did I get
beach.
rocked up just hearing about this fucking kid who I don't know his trip? It's like you're playing golf all on the company dime, drinking, probably
company
getting steak and shrimp and shit.
seafood towers
Oh.
every night.
My God.
You just got back from Cabo, Dave. You can't have
I know.
this.
It was definitely not on the company dime. though.
Next question. Bonjour. That's French for what up.
Okay.
It's actually French for good day. That's the literal translation.
Yeah, it's Australian.
Translation. I'm an early bird. My whole life, I've never been able to sleep in past 5:30, no matter what. Sometimes I start my day at 3:45 just because I'm up. My girlfriend recently moved in with me, and she is the complete and total opposite. Getting up at 8 for work is a chore for her. She'd sleep till noon every day if it were feasible. My question is, are we doomed as a couple based on this? I feel like it's unfair for either of us to ask the other person to change their sleeping habits. What do I do, fam? Here's some more info you may need before answering. 29 years old, 6'1", 193.
Okay.
Recently clocked a 5'8", 40-yard dash, and I'm overwhelmingly considered average looking at best.
We didn't need any of that information.
We've been living together for 3 months, and I've already received a couple complaints for making noise when I get up, but the amount of noise I make is unavoidable. Bro, I can't levitate through the crib, and I'll be damned if I'm walking across these marble floors without my Versace loafers.
Okay, dude.
So
this
that was
Fulton Oil and
the
Gas?
additional info provided.
Okay. Well, let me hit you with something you may not expect.
Okay.
If this works out and you end up having kids, this is great.
Yeah.
This is great. You guys will have it because you don't mind. Look, with a kid, you're gonna get up early.
Mm-hmm.
You can be up early giving the kid a bottle, and it won't be a thing. Y'all can split it up to where
Good.
she handles more of the, the late night stuff, and you handle the early morning stuff. I have to say, he's never been able to sleep in past 5:30. He says no matter what. Like, you've never been violently hungover.
Nope.
You've never been on, like, the back end of like a golf trip or a bachelor party on that Sunday, and you got blackout curtains in the hotel, and you're just like, you call in for the late checkout.
Yeah.
Like, you're up at 5:30. That's hell.
I can't imagine doing that. Every day.
Because as a guy in his mid 30s, I'm still claiming mid. With a kid, I do get up very early.
Sure.
7 a.m. is like the latest.
Yep.
And let me tell you, in Cabo, waking up after one too many dragones the night before, I guess what time? Yes, 5 a.m. Cabo time or whatever the time change was, is not fun because you can't go back to sleep and you're just sitting there hungover. You're like, well, this is me for the next 2 hours. I guess I'll go pound liquid IV.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
So that sucks, man. I feel bad for you. I don't think this is a game changer. And getting up at 8 for work, you say it's a chore. Like, some people it's for me to get up at 7 for this, like, is a chore.
sure. Yeah.
I mash the snooze button occasionally, and like, that's not that crazy. Now, if it's like 10 a.m., if on the weekends, if you're literally sleeping until noon on the weekends, and I don't know how old this guy is. Did he say?
He's
29?
29. Yeah.
So I'm assuming she's in the demo. Yeah, that's a little strange to be sleeping that late.
Noon is tough.
Noon's tough.
10 is weekendable, maybe.
Sure.
8 sort of is my...
8's wild for me these days. If I'm
Yeah.
8, it's because I went to bed. I was up playing Warzone late.
Sure. You know what? I just turned 27. Recently,
Congratulations.
2 months
Happy
ago.
birthday. Maybe the first.
Thank you. And I've noticed, I don't know if it's like dad senses kicking in a little bit, but based on the noises I make when I sit down in a chair and my innate ability to wake up earlier, I think I'm just getting old, Dave. Like, I'm thinking I'm kicking into dad gear.
Yeah.
My biological clock is ticking. You find that at any age?
Well, for me, it kicked in at about 27, 28.
Yeah,
That was when I liken it to the e-brake being pulled.
sure.
And I'm meaning like
You're drifting around corners?
I can't go. Yes, I am doing some Tokyo drifting, but I cannot. That is when I realized I cannot go out Friday and Saturday equally hard.
Okay.
That is 27 was the age I realized that. And now I realized it then. I didn't necessarily stop doing it until I was probably into my 30s, sadly, because I'm an idiot.
Right.
But yeah, that it sounds like you're getting there. But 27, you're fine. You're in your mid to late 20s.
You know what I've noticed? I've never had leg pain after hangovers before.
Okay.
Have some of that now. My legs hurt.
I don't like that.
And I've never had 2-day hangovers until now.
Dude, I'm telling you, man, the 2-day hangover, that is a real wake up call. And if it's not, then my God.
And it's not. I don't want to say it's not debilitating hangover. The first 2 hours you're awake are debilitating.
Yeah.
But the come down, from the terrible moments when you wake up, couple hours, you pop some liquid IV, you pop some, your medication of choice. But the level you get to, the rest of that Sunday, call it, that stays completely even until Monday or at noon, that is concerning to me.
Yeah, and then for me, like it's usually, if I have a big weekend, that Tuesday is when I feel the worst because I can no longer blame it on being dehydrated or hungover. It's just I'm tired.
Yep.
And like it just feels like my body's getting back up to speed. And if I go to the gym, it's not going to be a good workout.
Nope.
It's just the Tuesday is when it starts being real depressing.
Yeah.
But yeah, we went off on a tangent. But
That's
I think you'll be fine. Tell her to sleep with a noise machine or something.
Yeah, I wonder if so. She's mad that you're waking up at 3:45. Like, what the fuck, dude? I can't keep doing this.
When Alyssa's in school, like teaching, she gets up at like 5:45. I'm obviously still sleeping, and I probably wake up for a brief second every time, and I just go back to sleep.
That's
not
just
that big.
all it is?
I don't. It's not that big of a deal.
So no, you're not doomed as a couple, and I don't think it's. I don't think you ask each other to change your sleeping habits. I think life will do that.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Well said.
Good answer. Let's do the next one. What's up, guys? 2 months ago, I asked my girlfriend if I could get a dog. She said yes, of course, and was super stoked. In parentheses, he's a dope labradoodle. End quote. Now, she's saying that she's allergic to said dog. Now I have to hear her complain every night about having bad allergies, which in response to I bought an air purifier, vacuum every day, give him allergy baths twice a week, and use this device to remove excess hair. There's not much more I can do. I love my girlfriend. I love my dog. What do I do here? Bye-bye. Girlfriend.
I mean, look, I didn't have to say it, but there's something here that I just can't get past. It's a labradoodle. Labradoodles are hypoallergenic.
Aren't they hypoallergenic?
People, they're the doodles are the perfect dog for allergy sufferers, I am one.
I thought so. So
there might be something else going on here. Now I don't know. Maybe you live in an area, so maybe the dog goes outside, rolls around in the grass, and maybe she's heavily allergic to grass. Well, I am, and the dog comes in and it triggers her. It's not I don't think she has a dog allergy. Now, this is not medical advice. Let me just be clear.
We don't provide that on this podcast.
We don't. You're not going to get it here.
Unless
or
Sally's
financial.
on here.
Unless Sally's here.
I'll give you financial
Unless
advice.
Frat Dave's here.
Right.
But the labradoodle, the purpose of them creating the labradoodle was for allergy sufferers and for people who don't want shedding.
Who is them?
The people in the science factory.
Oh, okay.
The dog science factory.
Big dog.
The people in the doghouse.
Remember the big dog shirts?
Fuck yeah.
That's what they were doing.
Remember Big Johnson shirts?
No.
Okay.
Was that the little skateboard guy?
No, it was a sexual innuendo about a nerdy guy who had a large member.
Right.
And they're Big Johnson. They're really heavy in beach communities in Texas and along the coast. You go into a surf shop and like 2002, you can find you a Big Johnson shirt.
Got it. Maybe the one ferry in the southern hemisphere, Port Aransas.
Probably.
It's not the southern hemisphere. It's also not the one ferry. I get it.
Yeah.
Everybody, I get it.
But
Does she need to go get the back poke? Not like that.
she needs to get allergy tested.
Yeah, the thing where they put a million little needles in your back and see which ones blow up.
I've had to get that twice. It sucks.
Yeah, I've done it once.
I haven't done it, and then you spend all this money on shots, and it may not even work. Another story. Another time.
You want to talk about that? Why don't you just have her eat the local honey in excessive amounts?
I feel like that is pretty tough. I don't know if that actually works.
Like just a spoon.
I do support local honey. I'm a
Sure.
local honey guy, but I don't know if it's going to help her. But at the end of the day, she's got to go. Because you got a dog, you got a pet, you got a responsibility.
You can't bring the dog back.
No.
That's not an option here.
No.
So you need to figure out what's going on, because the Labradoodles, like you said, are hypoallergenic. They're perfect dogs for an allergy situation. Does she just not like the dog?
Maybe that's the problem, and I don't like, if that's the case, I don't like her. I'm going to side with the dog 10 out of 10 in these situations.
Notice how she said that she is saying she's allergic to the dog. To me, that gives an air of like...
He's like, huh.
Yeah.
Eh.
Why do you keep like, I don't see any symptoms here. You're saying you're allergic.
Allergy bath twice a week.
He has clearly put effort into this.
Using a device to remove excess hair. They shouldn't have it. If it's a doodle, it should not have excess hair. Now, I know there's different types
of doodles.
Like there's the curly hair, but then there's some straighter hair, but they don't shed near like Randy.
Mm-hmm.
Randy sheds.
Yeah, he's a shedder.
But we don't, it's fine. I welcome it.
Eddie Shedder over there,
Eddie Shedder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
Even flow.
Cheddar cheese.
Okay. Well, now you're just going into Randy territory.
I can't stop.
Honestly, when I see some of Randy's hair, like if I see like a big ball of it on the couch,
glob,
I kind of laugh. I'm like, oh my god, look at this, Randy, and I'll show it to him, and he's like, okay, should I eat it? And I'm like, no, I'm gonna go throw it away, idiot.
Do you do the excess hair removal situation?
I've got a Furminator, and it gets the top coat or whatever. I don't know.
A Furminator, it's called.
I believe that's what it's called.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. I thought that was a different thing.
What did you think it was?
Nothing. I have my new apartment has a dog wash situation.
That's cool.
One of those you pop them up on the table and just.
Yeah.
That was a washing sound effect. Yeah.
Wash media. It's the official sound of washed media.
I thought it was a turkey gobble, but maybe that's November.
You can't give the dog back. You've already connected with the dog. That you are the dog's owner.
Yep. What you do here is you have a frank speech with her, frank talk with her, and say, look, should we get your allergy thing checked out? Because the dog is not...
Pay for it, dude.
Yeah.
You pay for her to get allergy tested.
Yeah. Because that'll help your relationship, not only with her, but with the dog.
Grows the economy. Hurts nobody.
Right. You need to figure out what's going on.
Yeah, and I don't think it's the dog. Now, maybe the dog is getting pollen on it. Maybe you have like some cedar trees and it's cedar season, cedar balm season or something, and he's bringing it in. Maybe it's just, whenever the dog's coming inside, you need to give him a pat down.
Yeah, give him a pat.
Or her.
Isn't that the place, Cedarbahn, with the water roller coaster?
That's Schlitterbahn.
Got it.
Cedar. Do you know what Cedar Bomb is?
Cedar Bomb is I'm mixing up Schlitterbahn and Cedar Point.
Okay.
Which is home to another roller coaster that's not the water one.
So you'll see it in Austin, and I think it's in the spring. The Cedar Bomb. You'll see this, just trees release cedar pollen.
Yeah.
And it's just like a big cloud. And if you're like me and you walk through it, you're done.
You're toast.
You're done. It's happened to me at the Dell Match Play on multiple occasions.
You got to be careful out there.
You got to be real careful.
Late March in Austin.
Oh, it's trouble.
Yeah.
There's at least a week where I'm done. I can make it into work, but I'm feeling down.
I've heard that fall allergies in Austin, because I'm a spring boy. Everybody knows that when it comes to allergies, and I pop Claritin on the reg. Fall allergies are something that I've never had being in New York, but I've heard from Dylan, who, the source questionable, I guess.
Sure.
That fall allergies kick in 2 or 3 years after you move to Austin.
I think that's right.
What is the science behind that?
I don't know. Well, babies, so they don't develop allergies for
children.
Years.
Really?
Yeah. I thought Rhodes, because when I hear Rhodes sneeze, I told our pediatrician, I was like, Rhodes sneezed a couple. He's been sneezing a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, has he got allergies? Like, well, it's too young for him to have allergies. His body hasn't developed
Really?
the immune response to the environmental things that he's breathing in and whatnot. So I thought that was interesting, and I guess it makes sense. But it would make sense for an adult to have to be somewhere. Like me in college, I didn't develop them. I'm from North Texas, a little bit different allergies, not as bad as Central Texas. And when I moved here for college, it was a few years in before mine hit me bad.
Really?
But I think you'll be okay. But yeah, fall can be bad. I think ragweed's the problem, the big one. That's the one that gets me.
That's what they say.
Maybe some juniper.
The ragweed. I'm a juniper guy.
Yeah,
I have a juniper candle at home.
that's great.
Juniper berries.
Nice.
Yeah.
But that smells great.
Well, I'm not looking forward to that, Dave. I really don't appreciate
You'll be all right.
allergies.
You'll be okay.
All right, I'll make it through.
I'll just say this though, man. She gotta get an allergy test or something. It ain't the dog.
It ain't the dog. It ain't the
No.
dog's fault.
This is a dog pod. Sorry.
We're a pro dog pod.
Pro dog company.
Yeah. Randy hasn't chimed in yet to support that take, so we'll just assume he's
Sometimes I don't think he likes dogs. I don't know his deal is.
you know, I think he's asleep. Let's do the last question, Dave. A lot of flexing on this episode, by the way.
People
Either
is
trips,
low key
employment status. Okay.
or dope dogs.
Hey guys, or dope dogs. Listen to this one. Hey guys, I want to get your honest opinion on stay-at-home dads. For the record, I'm a 27-year-old female. I make 200,000 plus working in the STEM field. We are a pro STEM podcast as well, and am recently back on the dating scene. A couple guys I've gone on dates with don't make much money or are in a career that they hate.
Drop the at.
This does not bother me at all, but the reality of the situation is that if I keep working, I would like someone to be able to stay at home with the kiddos in the future. Thoughts? Thanks. I think stay-at-home dads are awesome. If you have the ability for either person in a relationship, I don't care what situation it is. If somebody has the ability to stay home full time, power to you. But I don't think there's any inherently better or worse distinction there, right?
No. And you know, she may rethink this when she sees the cost of childcare.
Which I would imagine that you have recently become acquainted with.
Oh, I have.
Right.
And I was warned, and even despite having prior notice, I was still like, huh.
Really?
Okay.
Really? That's the number?
Okay.
Yeah. Did you do a dad joke where you're like, you moved the decimal over one too many?
What's the damage? But congratulations on being a woman in STEM, first of all.
Yeah. We support all women in STEM.
No, there's nothing weird about this. I'm trying to think if I have any friends who are, quote, stay-at-home dads. I know some dads whose job, even prior to the pandemic, allowed them to work from home.
Sure.
And therefore they were pretty much home with the kids.
Yeah.
And I know one guy from college who is just a straight up, he left his job and he is at home with like 2 or 3 kids.
He's the stay-at-home dad.
Yeah, and he loves it. I wouldn't, most guys aren't going to have an issue with this.
No.
I really don't think. I mean, maybe buy him a new PlayStation.
I think most guys, I guess I'm most guysing. Myself, I would love to be a stay-at-home dad. I don't take any, there's no in the back of my mind like I'm not doing something important, because if you're a stay-at-home dad, you have a full-time job with the kids. Like, that's how it is. It's like my mom was able to be a stay-at-home mom for 10 years while she raised me and my sister. Shouts to Mom. Like, I would love to do that job.
Yeah, my mom was stay-at-home.
Mm-hmm.
It would be a good thing before or while you're in a relationship, and if you think it's getting serious, to find out. You don't even have to like ask them if they would be okay with this. Just the litmus test should be: do you want kids? Do you like kids?
Yeah.
Because if it's somebody who's on the fence about kids and may not really like kids, I feel like they're probably not going to want to be stay-at-home.
They're not the stay-at-home type. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's tough, because I wouldn't in my 20s. I probably wasn't like, I love kids. Like I'm the cool uncle
I'm the
who's
kid
like,
guy.
whoa, like I'm throwing them around. Like
Yeah.
It wasn't until like I got nieces and nephews. I am an uncle. Congratulations to me.
Congratulations, Dave. Let me first congratulate you.
You are. Thank you. It wasn't until then until I became like a guy who's like, oh, okay, like I like being around children like this.
Mm-hmm.
But you might have to weed them out early. Like if it's somebody who just wants to party and I don't know. Or if it's a guy who's got a career that he's super, super into, like very driven, like he's like a corporate lawyer at a big firm and that's his life and he wants to make partner. It's like, this guy may not be that he's maybe not going to want to leave this career.
Yeah. If you like, that would end in a discussion at the dinner table. Like, all right, which one of us is going to give up our career to for the kids?
Sure. That's very fair.
And obviously there's situations that people don't do that and they both have awesome careers and childcare and they do it that way too. Absolutely. I'm not telling you how to do anything here.
We're just doing our best to answer your questions.
That's what we do here, Dave.
That's what we do.
Man, I'll tell you what. One of my buddies, shouts to Matt, his dream in life is to be a stay-at-home dad. Like that's all he wants is to be able to be a stay-at-home dad. Or
there's a lot of
likely,
like that. It's
more
a funny
likely
Twitter
a
bit
work from home dad.
That's great.
Yeah.
Can I let me just ask somebody. Randy, are you cool? Would you want to be a stay-at-home dad? You seem like you'd be good with kids. He shrugs. He doesn't have much right now. I was just going to say, because she's single and she's on the dating scene.
She is 27.
She's 27.
Also Randy's age.
I'm just saying.
Right, Randy? Yeah.
We don't want Randy to stay at home because we'd presumably like him to continue doing the video and the recording and stuff. But schedule is very flexible. I'm not trying to be a matchmaker here, but I am.
You are. I'm just saying, if you would like an introduction to Randy, I think we can facilitate. Right?
I'm not against it.
Okay. No, we don't
want to make it weird.
Pressure, no pressure. We'll do a meetup in a general area.
Randy wears tiny T-shirts. Just want you to know that going in.
He put on a small yesterday as like a. Hey, check me out in a small. I was like, yeah, Randy, you're jacked. We get it, man.
Most dudes try to cut in the summer. Like Randy just continuing to bulk, and I don't really know what's going on.
I don't know.
Like, is Randy's cutting season in the winter? It's just his seasons are off. It's weird.
He's more of a cuffing season guy.
Right.
Is there a cuffing season in Texas?
I didn't know. Fun fact: I didn't know what cuffing season was until I started doing PGP full time, and I was getting columns submitted like 5 things about cuffing, just anything cuffing season. And I was like, "What the fuck is this?" And Will explained it's mainly a northern thing because of the winters, right?
Yeah, it's seasonal change. You
we don't really do that here,
With guys, it's like Big Ten weather. With girls, it's like cuffing season. One and the same.
That and apple picking as a date.
Buddy.
That's never been a thing in my world.
You've never apple picked on a date?
No.
Oh, it's fun, Dave.
No. Now I've picked out some apple bottom jeans.
Right.
Boots with the fur.
At Park Ridge?
Park Ridge, yeah.
Sure.
The park's mall in Arlington as well.
So many parks.
Yeah.
Apple picking's a fun. It's you know what? Chewdy me to death here. It's a fun date. It's a fun date.
Randy, have you ever picked apples? He nods yes.
It's a fun date. Upstate New York, known for their apples, as the breadbasket.
It's the Big Apple state.
Well,
or
yeah, it's a roundabout way of getting there.
Correct.
But yeah, up Saratoga's got some great apple orchards. And then after the apples are gone, you do corn mazes.
Oh yeah,
you know the drill on a date. Corn maze.
Love corn. Their Woodstock set was pretty good.
Yeah, you can cheat though. If you just put your hand on the left wall, you just get to the end.
Little trick of the trade there from a guy who knows.
And your date is like, dude, we did that in 3 minutes. That wasn't like fun. I'm like, yeah, well,
she should get used to
that.
Give
me a challenge. Yeah. Nice. Then you do some cider donuts after. Have you ever had cider donut, Dave? Apple cider donut.
Is it Cayman?
No. It's not Cayman cider donut. I'm so sorry.
This is your podcast.
I know. Apple cider donuts are phenomenal.
No one ever had that. We don't do donuts down here. I'm kidding. We do donuts. I've just never. I'm either I'm a chocolate guy or a glazed guy. Everybody knows that.
Oh my God. So, congrats on working in the STEM field.
Congrats to you, woman in STEM. We support you.
$200,000 a year.
Yeah, way to flex. Way to give us the number.
Jeez. Hopefully we can make that in the podcast game someday.
Hopefully. If we sell, I'll sell for that number.
Yeah. Would you like to buy Washed Media? Is what
we
we're
had
saying.
I wish we could talk about the conversation we had before the pod about the certain person, the hypotheticals with the certain person buying the company.
Why can't we talk?
Oh, we can't. We had this convo of the WeWork guy.
The WeWork guy came to us and was like, we'll give you $10 million for Washed Media.
We'll sit for half of it.
Yeah, for
and
half of the company.
Will's sounded like he was a no, and I was
Yeah,
like,
hang on a second.
okay.
It's a lot of money for half, and it comes with the stipulation that we can make fun of him
Yeah, we can completely shit on him.
and give him a podcast.
We would give him. I would
might
produce
pay for
it. I would
itself.
produce that pod. I would be dropping in drops. So fun.
Dropping in drops. Like, oh, man. I think we did okay with that question. Congrats on the stay-at-home dad. If
we
you're looking
nailed
for that. If you're not, congrats to that, too. Let's get into some shower thoughts before we get out of here, Dave. How's that sound?
Great.
Here's my shower thought. I'll lead
Ooh,
off.
Brett's in the shower.
I was on the way to the bathroom earlier, and an attractive person walked by. I was like, oh, like, hey, how are you?
Next door?
I don't know. They were walking that way. I don't know where I didn't check to see where they turned.
Okay.
But an attractive girl walked by, and I said, oh, that's cool. And it got me thinking. Not that I'm taken, so it got me not in this way. But like, what do you think?
You have a
is the
unique
most,
set of skills.
right? What is the most what's the word for it? Unconsequential meet cute you think has ever like happened? Like what?
Ooh.
Like a bathroom break that has turned into a 20-year marriage type of thing.
I'm
Like,
trying to think which barbecue place has the cutest meat.
nice.
I'm sorry.
Nice.
I've ruined your podcast.
No, it's fine. This is fun. We did Cayman cider donut things.
I didn't know what a meat cute was until PGP.
Really?
I didn't know, dude. Yeah,
Well, that's a younger word. I feel like.
it was Veronica, and she would talk about a meat cute. And I was like, what?
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
I'm just thinking of inconsequential things that you do. Like, do you think anybody's ever fallen in love at Home Depot and actually made it?
Like they're just looking for drill bits, and then next thing you know,
You're right. I see where you're going with that. I'm not going to take it there.
No, I mean, like,
maybe
they're-
like a waitress waiter thing. I that's not
no, that's not
that's
a meat
normal. Yeah, there's like rom-com level, and then there's like
cute. Leaving your number on the Hooters receipt.
right. Have you done that before?
I've done it for my buddy without telling him.
Got it. Okay.
Like that's a classic guy thing to do. It's kind of shitty,
yeah,
but it's like
I don't know. I've done it before though.
it's
so I can't,
so
I can't,
dumb. Guys are fucking idiots.
We are confirmed. But do you think anybody's ever, in an airport been like, well, I'm gonna either go Chick-fil-A or Chili's, and my decision to go to Chick-fil-A and sit down and have their 5-piece ended up in like a marriage.
With a nice piece.
Right.
Yeah. Or here's a meet cute in your scenario. You're at
Okay.
your plane gets delayed, and I have some time to kill. I'm gonna go to the Chili's. It's the Love Field Chili's, and it's slammed because it's a total scene. You go get
everywhere.
You get a table at the bar. You're standing in there's room, and like there's another young lady in the same predicament.
Oh.
And you're like, hey, if you want to like share this table.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, it's a meet cute.
And then Rhodes Ruff was born.
That's not how we met. I wish that was our story, our origin story.
Yeah.
Anything over chili salsa is a winner for me. But yeah, no, that's office place. I don't know, man. Like a meet cute here. Grocery store seems prime for the meet cute.
Totally. But that's inconsequential. I'm just going to
Yeah.
grab some eggs and butter and milk and
Yeah.
And then they bump into each other in the aisle. Maybe you don't even have to bump in. You're just like, you're getting the center cut bacon.
Or if it's you're like, hey, I see you're going for the high dollar salsa. You should check out the Tostitos salsa.
Right. Because
It's a lot better.
I'm a bigger fan of gigantic sodium deposits in my stomach.
She sees you like buying that, and she walks over. She's like, you're not from around here, are you? And you're like, no, I'm from the Togs.
Right. That's what I would say.
That's how you would say it as well. And she would be like, oh my gosh, you got to try this. And you're like, oh, okay, I guess I will. And she's like, no, seriously, I'm making tacos tonight. It's Taco Tuesday. Why don't you come over and have some tacos with me?
Boom.
Next thing you know, boom, it's a meet cute. And who knows?
Who knows, right? I'll leave the expectations open.
Yeah. And you show up with the Tostitos salsa anyway.
Right, as
She's
a
like,
joke.
oh, you brought it over.
So you brought over a $50 bottle of wine and $2 salsa.
Correct.
I'm like, yeah, I have range.
I'm
Sorry.
fucking balling. I'm in
Right.
STEM.
Yeah, I'm in STEM. What's is STEM of podcasting? Science, technology, engineering, math?
Meth?
Yeah,
Math.
math.
Nobody knows. I think it's like people who, when you get stimulus money,
You know what it is?
they check like the STEM.
It's STEM adjacent.
Oh, STEM. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
We're STEM adjacent.
math.
Pod.
We have to do math. I have to do math for my job.
Yeah.
Add stuff.
Thank God you do.
Right.
I can't do it.
Excel does most of the math for me, but I have to input.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's
Any
good.
shower thoughts, Dave?
So I was thinking about simulation theory, and
Okay.
I don't necessarily believe in simulation theory, and I really don't actually.
That's the theory that we are.
And
There's
it's
no free
simulation.
will. This is all a
Correct.
simulation. This is all a computer. Yeah.
Correct.
Okay.
But I was just thinking, if this was a simulation, would
Okay.
there be people actively wondering if it was a simulation? And if so, why would that be part of the simulation?
So you think that's a bug in the simulation, perhaps?
Is it? I don't know. I was just thinking. I've never really done extensive research on it. I've kind of just heard. When I was really into Rogan back in the day, it was like he would bring it up every now and then. I don't think he. People joke now because there's so much weird shit, like Trump being president. It's like, oh my God, we live in a simulation.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime something wild happens, simulation. Oh my God. And people, it's a throwaway line now. But I'm like, man, if it was, would that be a part of the simulation? Would me actually pondering this question right now be part of it? I mean, obviously it would have to be, but
Yeah.
so I'm trying to figure out if that is a pro or a con against simulation theory.
Right. I think my point there would be, why, if you are the one who built this simulation, which would have, if computer simulation would have to be constructed by somebody, right?
Mhm.
Why would you build in the ability to question the simulation?
Correct.
And does that bug up the theory, or is
This is kind of turning into the Matrix,
right?
but yeah,
I don't think you do that. You build in
unless your code's sloppy.
so, fucking Jimmy.
Fucking Jimmy.
What the fuck, Jimmy? You gave these guys some free will.
You gave them a little
Hang
free
on a
will. Now
sec.
look,
Hang on a sec. Now they're questioning
they're
this whole
doing
thing.
podcasts.
There is a, there will be. I shouldn't say there is. Michio Kaku, Dr. Michio Kaku, one of my favorite, theoretical physicists, I guess you
Okay.
could call him. He has a book, like the Theory of Everything type of book,
Okay.
where eventually everything we do will be boiled down into an equation, which is a pro, I'm sure, for simulation theory, that once you have the equation, you just plug in the variables and you get what you get.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
I need somebody from STEM to tell me what the fuck you just said.
Can STEM, I don't want to call her STEM girl. I feel like that's rude. Can the woman who works and is very successful in her STEM career reach out to us and give us some insight on simulation theory?
Yeah. But like bullet pointed. I'm not going to read like a voluminous
I'd take a PowerPoint.
paper. I'll do PowerPoint as well.
Yeah.
Graphics would be appreciated. Sound effects would be super dope.
Graphs with clearly labeled axes,
Y, X, and Y.
right? That would be helpful. I'd appreciate that. But
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to go all loco
No,
on you.
you just
but
got me
It's
thinking
a shower
now.
thought I had.
you got me
It's
thinking.
a real shower thought. That's just what I think about in the shower. That and
Mhm.
never mind.
Rogan's got to be a sim theory guy, right?
I don't think I don't think so. I know he is aware of it.
Mhm.
He knows a little bit about everything, right? Like
he's a jack of all trades, master of none. type of guy.
correct. Yeah, and that's honestly kind of what makes him a good podcast host. Is that he's like string theory pops up. He can tell you a little bit about string theory, more than I could tell you.
I like that. I think I'd consider myself kind of like that.
I would like to be like that.
A little bit about everything. I can
Yeah.
give you some depth.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm pondering. I'm straight up pondering right now, Dave.
Yeah, man.
It's pretty good. Pretty good stuff.
I'm more of a Nietzsche guy.
Nietzsche,
Yeah.
Frederick. I thought you were just going like niche.
No, I'm kidding. I did have to read Nietzsche and like philosophy, but it was there was the people that were really excited to read Nietzsche were. I was like, okay, what's going on? What's your deal?
Didn't you say you were a Nietzsche Guevara guy?
Nietzsche Guevara.
Yeah.
Guevara. Yeah. Actually, I am.
Okay. You had the
Assassinated in Bolivia with the help of the CIA.
Allegedly.
actually.
Allegedly.
You saying you might be alive?
I don't know. Well, let's ask shouts to Circling Conspiracies. I feel like he would like the last 10 minutes or so of this podcast.
Yeah. Check out the Blowback podcast on Cuba if you're interested. If you want a 10-part series on the United States relationship with Cuba post-Fidel,
Got it.
then or not post-Fidel, post-revolution with Fidel and after, check it out. Highly recommend. A great listen.
I think
That's a good road trip pod.
that's a great. But you know what, Mr. Illinois, throw that on with your girlfriend. Wife, on your way to your dad's 60th birthday party.
Happy birthday to your dad.
Happy birthday to your dad. Shouts to the family. Have fun at Harbor Springs.
Please.
That'll do it, Dave. How you little fun podcast?
Good pod.
Really good pod, I think.
One of the better ones we've done.
Thank you. Here's what you can do now before we end the show. Subscribe, rate 5 stars, review, and tell a friend about the Mail-In podcast. Hit the hotline, leave a voicemail, 888-362-MAIL. That's 888-362-6245. Or you can write in at the link in the Twitter bio at Mail-In Podcast. Dave, where can the people find you?
At DC Ruff on Instagram, at DCarterRuff on Twitter and Snap. David C. Ruff, David Ruff on LinkedIn. I think David-Ruff-2 on Venmo.
You're not the first.
No, sadly I'm not, man. I got cucked on that.
That's tough.
Tough scene.
That's a tough scene.
It's my own fault.
Dave, thank you for coming on the Mail-In Podcast. We'll have you back.
Anytime.
And have a great weekend, everybody. See you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.